I'll then go to the next session of the demo, which will be showing you how we're working with external punch-out stores. So I'll prepare my screen share again, and I'll then show you the next video. Okay, then we're ready to go further on with the presentation of Complete Procure from DinERP House of Control. As you all know or remember, we have the user interface and we had already put some stuff into our shopping cart. This is all based on what we have in our hosted catalogs on the left-hand side here, and we've searched and got some there. And also we've added some parts that are no parts that I just managed to buy directly from the web shop. So then, I now want to add some goods from a web shop. Let me go then to New, Purchase, and I'll go into the web shop of Komplett Bedrift, Norwegian computer supplier, where we will be able to dive into the assortment and the prices that you have agreed with your supplier on. Up here, I'm connected with my user account for DinERP, which obviously is my company, and I'll just go on searching for a laptop. As you soon will see, there will be a number of laptops available for me, and I'll just add this laptop from Lenovo. Seems to suit me well, and I'll just put it into my cart, and it will soon show me the shopping cart. I think that I need to have something more. And could be some other stuff, data equipment, mouse and keyboard. I'll just have a keyboard to help me with this computer. Buy an Apple Magic keyboard, put it into my shopping cart, and I'll just go to the cart. When you see the cart now, there is only one button, which is transfer shopping cart. You don't have send invoice, you don't have use credit card or whatever. If I push the button shopping cart, it will provide it directly back to Complete Procure and add it into my shopping cart as new parts for my requisition. As you see now over here, I will be then making 1, 2, 3, 4 orders out of this requisition. In this area, I will be able to say that, okay, I need to add something more from my catalogs. I forgot I had to buy a calendar. Sorry, it's in Norwegian, so I'll just search for calendar. Cable. Do we have any cables here? There we are. Lightning cable. 2 of those, please. I'll add it to the shopping cart, and it will be then turning up into my shopping cart. So what we have done now is that we have filled in the shopping cart. And I obviously want this to fly through to IFS and to use the IFS functionality to further develop this requisition. And from now on, the IFS connection will kick in. As soon as I press checkout now, it will load the cart and connect me to IFS. There you can see all these fields now that you can see here. All these fields are then fields within IFS. It selects my home site in IFS. I am the requisitioner, and it will also say I can say who is it's ordered for. The order code, in this case, normal, and then the purchase code, which could be hardware items. And I want to receive this on Friday. And I'll also be able to select internal destination if I've had someone by the front door. Now I'm able to press the next button to generate the purchase requisition in IFS. I can also go back to the shopping cart to then check if I've got everything that I need in this one. And if I've bought something that has got the same part number as or the supplier part number here, and I have catalogs from 2 suppliers, I would be able to differentiate, compare prices, and I will be able to select the one that gives me the best pricing. Okay, it seems that everything is good, so I'll then go to my checkout button, and there you are. No internal information, no internal delivery, and then the next time we will go through this, we will then go to the pre-posting that you see we can do there, which then will be pre-posting within IFS. So then we will crack on with some Q&As for punch out and combination of shopping carts, and we will go further on to the connection of IFS for the next part.
Okay, well, I don't see any questions right now, Roger, so I'll keep an eye open. I'm hoping that I remembered to switch on the question facility when I set this business up, but I think I did. So they're obviously just shy.
I think it's working. I just sent you a message. If you just let me know if you got it.
Okay, bear with me a moment.
So then we have. So then you've now seen us doing some of these are the basics of complete procure. Shop from catalogs, shop from online store, and then the magic happens, and that's what I'm going to show you in the next video, where we use our experience and the way we always have been using our solutions towards IFS, and it's also to give you the confidence that this is working with IFS. So I'll then share my screen again and show you how we connect and do this together with IFS.
So now I'm then ready to move forward from the shopping cart and do the checkout to IFS with this partition. When I do press the checkout button here, I will do the connection to IFS. I will now be presented with several parts in IFS that I need to take into suggestion and to select. These are all list of values directly from IFS. Here I've got several sites to select from. I could set another requisitioner that myself, and also I can say that this is hardware items and I want it delivered 29th on Friday and also by the front door. Okay, then I'll move forward and you see that now we have everything related to the pre-posting of the requisition, where you have all the code parts from your code string available. In this case, accounting, cost center, region, product, project, and salesman. And as you see here, you will be able to select whatever account directly from IFS. And of course, this is then related to the dependencies between the lines. And I also will be able to override the pre-posting on every line. For region, I could set, for instance, this is Denmark. So the point here is that you can do all the pre-posting of the requisition before it goes into IFS. You don't need to take anything more into consideration, meaning also that the invoice for the purchase orders will come in. Well, then the postings of the invoices will be good. So then I'll go further on. I'll check everything on this requisition, seems to be good. The purchase requisition lines are okay, and then I'll press the create button in IFS. So we're now creating everything in IFS, as you can see. As you see there, I'll just copy the requisition number to keep it to show you how it looks in IFS. Now it shows me the requisition itself. There you see it, and you have the head with everything information on that one. You can do the changes of the pre-posting on top here. There is also possible to do this down here, and I'm also able to add a document here if I want to do. I can make notes to every line, and also I can delete the line here because the requisition has not been released. It's not been done anything with it yet. So, okay, this is how it looks in Complete Procure. Now I'll go into IFS and I have to search then for the purchase requisition here. As you remember, I copied the requisition number. It's just to do the search within IFS. That's why I did it. And you then will look into a requisition in the way you are familiar with. As you can see here, the requisition has come in with all the lines that I have said. You see the suppliers here, 2 parts from Onninen and 2 parts from Komplett. Everything has been placed directly and nice by IFS. This is then a really good way of doing your purchase, because now you know that your backend, your IFS, your purchase engine will do the best to send this off to the supplier. So you will have everything there, and as I showed you earlier, it's the same as you will see here. So this is then for you to see that, yeah, the connection to IFS is set and it's pre-defined and it is interconnected because it's your IFS user that are creating the requisition within IFS. You are logged in as your IFS user within Procure. If I then go to my requisitions and all the requisitions in process, I will be able to do my follow-up on my own requisitions here. So the one on top there is the one that we were talking about now lately, the one that we placed from Complete Procure a couple of minutes ago. There is also other stuff here. There you can see what requisitions are ready for order. And also when you do the purchase orders, well, you will see how many purchase orders and the details of purchase orders that you have in process. And there is also possible to do the authorization of orders through this interface. And you can do it there on the purchase order authorization, or you can do it in IFS. We will reflect if this one is approved in IFS, it will disappear from this one at once. We are interconnected with your IFS user and with your rights within IFS. You can even add or take change orders in this area, and change order will then be the specific functionality that are in IFS. And also you will be able to receive goods here. If you want a light place for people at the warehouse to do it, of course you can do it here. So the point is that this is then a complete internal procurement solution for indirect spend and solutions for parts that you can buy from catalogs or parts or that you can buy from connected web shops. So there you are. The requisition is within IFS based on everything in Complete Procure, interconnected, everything done in DinERP is updated in IFS and vice versa. So then you don't need to push the catalogs into IFS. You can do all the purchase in Complete Procure. Everything within the portal will be from pre-selected suppliers that are approved by you, either in the catalogs or the punch out, or if you even want to do a no part solution. We will also show you how we do the connection to parts, warehouse parts, or parts that are that you need to have counting on. So it's spare parts that you need to put into IFS. So there's a solution for that as well. So that was the last part of the demo of this solution. Hopefully you got a good overview.
Looks good. Thank you. So we do have some questions. I think there might have been a little bit of a delay for them coming through, but we've got some now. So let me start with, can I also add no part lines to the PR, or do I have to order no parts products directly through IFS as now?
I think I showed that in the video where I added a no part where I selected the supplier, so that's fully able to do.
Lovely. Is the requisition created back in ERP a no part / non-inventory requisition?
Yes, it is, and the point it is done that, but we also do have a solution for adding those parts into IFS as purchase parts. Could you do a short explanation of that one, Ole Martin?
Sure, I can. The basis is that, as Roger has done this in his demo, is that the catalogs are hosted in the web shop, And let's say that you have a catalog of 1,000 items, and out of that you need 100 of them to be managed with a purchase number number in IFS, because you need to track them into inventory, for instance. Then we might very well support that as well. And the way we do it is that we ensure that the purchase parts are added to the supplier agreement that is following this catalog. And when that is done, we can upload those items also and make them available in the web shop. So that when an end user search for a particular number, that a number can be, and that number exists as a purchase part in IFS, because you need to track it. Then that part will be the preferred one in the web shop, and it will be added to the requisition as an item on the part section in the requisition, and manage accordingly. So that is supported.
Okay, thank you. What format supplier web shops are supported?
Yeah, what should we say there, Ole Martin? As long as the web shop supports punch-out, we will be able to connect to it.
They have to follow the standard for a punch-out, which, as you said in your demo, is an industry standard.
Yeah.
Thank you. And when you have multiple suppliers, in this case 2, does IFS create 2 IFS purchase order numbers? I'm following on my mobile, so the screens are a bit too small for me to see. Anyone who's following on their mobile, you will be able to watch the video on our website later, so it'll be obviously bigger on there for you, so you can look back at it if you need to.
Yes, well, we create, or IFS creates the right number of purchase orders based on what has been put in from us. So if you buy something from 15 suppliers, well, 15 purchase orders will be generated. Okay, any more questions, Amanda?
No, that's it for now, thank you.
That's it for now. Then I think I'll go through some finalizing slides for the webinar. I've got prepared some for that as well. So I'll share my screen again. No video this time, so I'll just share my presentation. So what we have shown today then is what Complete Procure is. And it is a web shop set up for your employees, with your company's look and feel, of course. Everything you see here will be then branded for you. And the shop offers every item you want and nothing that you don't. It offers only the best possible prices, is always up to date with product information and downloadable product data. It only offers products from suppliers you approve of, and also shows you the best possible delivery lead times for everything. So it is a modern web shop, or what you can call the Amazon for internal procurement. So then I will say something about some of the traditional way of looking at parts of the company. Traditionally, procurement has been seen upon as a separate part of other areas that we are touching. Finance and IT has always been really combined, but procurement has been working with frame agreements, and it's been difficult to utilize the frame agreements. What we aim for is to do this when the implementation of Complete Procure has been set, where we have a crossing section between the 3 areas. And then we join the parts of the organization that traditionally has not been combined before. So this is what I wanted to say about Complete Procure, but we also got some other stuff that is really important from DinERP House of Control. That are parts of the purchase to pay suite that we deliver. The first part is the B2B supplier portal, where the supplier updates their own information, where you can follow both purchase orders and supplier invoices on the business-to-business portal. There is a built-in communication platform between customer and supplier. Parts and catalogs could be updated directly from the B2B supplier portal and connect directly to Complete Procure. And of course, it's seamlessly integrated with IFS. Also, we support you with supplier invoice possibilities, a better way of doing supplier invoices for IFS with a user-friendly portal for posting and approval, both on web and mobile. We also support machine-assisted posting, where we use history from IFS together with our learning engine and propose postings where postings are not found. And in our user interface, it's easy to connect your invoice with purchase orders if the connection has not been done before. Goods reception could be done directly on the invoice. Might be that you have ordered some consultancy hours. Obviously, they're not received in the warehouse. They can be received directly within this interface, and postings, of course, will be updated. And we do also have a mobile app for easy approvals. So that is the purchase to pay suite from House of Control DinERP. We also have other related solutions we have from our mother company, House of Control. As Paul mentioned in the start, we have the Complete Control, which is a cloud-based SaaS solution with complete control over contracts, financial commitments, and assets. That solution is connected with the best practice tool for IFRS 16 connected to Complete Procure. And also we're able to add and to provide you with an easy to use template approach for allocation of various power of attorneys to new and existing employees. So I think that is what I was planned to talk about today, Paul. I think I'll leave it over to you.
Very good, very good. I've got a question in, so excuse me while I squint at it.
Okay.
We buy from local businesses. Businesses. How can this solution work when purchasing from local small businesses?
Yeah, you then just provide them with an Excel sheet where you have decided what kind of columns you have to include in your purchase from them, which then will be a local catalog, and we then will be able to import that into Complete Procure. And the catalog from your local businesses will be treated just as catalogs from big suppliers. So we support either way.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some more questions as well, actually. Bear with me a second because some of them have come via email. So first question, I hope I'm not repeating what you just said. How does the portal work for the replenishment of the IFS inventory? Also, how does the portal work with work orders?
If you go to work orders, you can connect whatever to work order. If you want to do the purchase to a work order, you can either start on the task on the work order in IFS and launch the web store from there and get it back. Or you can then select the work order from the portal when you do the purchase there. So fully able to add and to do the purchase for the work order. And I think the question about the inventory parts was what you answered a bit earlier, Ole Martin.
Yeah, it should be, but I can of course repeat it. If you have a catalog and or let's say 1,000 items, and for some reasons you need to track some of them as a purchase part with the connected inventory part, etc. in your IFS. You simply identify these parts on the supplier agreement that goes along with this catalog. And when that is done, the web shop can fetch those purchase parts from your IFS installation and make them available in the web shop along with all the other items that will be managed as a no parts purchase. And as soon as you have your purchase part, you can of course connect them to any configuration that you might want to in IFS. For instance, that you want to track it in inventory. So, but what we are using is the purchase part and the purchase part for supplier and the supplier assortment to identify which purchase parts that also should be available in the web shop. And along with this, I can just also mention that we have a price update mechanism as well. So when you update the catalog prices, let's say that you receive a monthly or a quarterly update of a price list, for instance, for a catalog, you can update that on the web shop. And as a separate step, you can also push those prices back to the parts that we have identified in the supplier assortment, so that we ensure that the web shop has the correct prices. And if you have some processes in IFS, let's say that you have some automated requisition proposals, etc. in IFS, all those transactions will also reflect the updated prices that we received and managed through the web shop.
Thank you. Do you have to create PR first, or can you create PO as we work with PO authorization rules?
That is, we work alongside with IFS. If you have set up IFS to work with requisitions, we work with requisitions. If you've set up IFS to work with orders, we work with orders. That's up to you to decide when we do the setup of the system. So we work for both of them, and of course alongside with the way you have chosen to set up your system.
Thank you. We have engineers that use PDA devices and an IFS app to search for parts and add to an IFS work order to a material, in brackets part lines, requisition only. Could we use the web shop for our engineers to add no part lines onto an IFS work order requisition?
Yes, you can. This Complete Procure runs smoothly on an iPad or a mobile. Just that you have not the same size of this big screen, but it works on that, and you can add the requisition directly to the work order.
Okay. If buying and selling onto clients without warehousing, is there a solution for this?
Could you please repeat that one, Amanda?
If buying and selling onto clients without warehousing, is there a solution for this?
Buying without warehousing is not a problem. We usually use the no part, so that should be okay. If you're gonna sell and you need to know how much you've got in stock, then you need to use part, and then the solution that Ole Martin explained a couple of minutes ago applies. So basically the answer of the question is yes.
Okay, thank you. So I think that's all the questions I've got at the moment. There may still be somebody typing. So has anyone got anything further to say at this point, or?
If I may, so we've noticed a trend from these webinars that there's some very specific questions and also then some very specific follow-ups. So Roger and Ole Martin and I will be available for any kind of questions related to your industry, your role, that are specific perhaps you may want to expand on, or perhaps you didn't have the opportunity to cover today. From our side, if there's no more questions, I would like to thank Roger, Ole Martin and Colin for joining us. I would like to thank everybody for attending today, and I would like to thank the IFS UK&I group, and Amanda, we would like to thank you as well for your assistance in preparing for this and running this and hosting this event today.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I shall go for a quick wrap up, if you bear with me. So thank you as well all very much for attending to this event. I hope you found it useful and informative. Thank you to Ole Martin, Roger and Paul for the time and effort they put into this event and for their continued support of the user group. We'll hope to see you all at another event very soon. If you've got any further questions, please do ask them. We'd love to hear them, and we hope to see you all soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.